Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 16th to the 31st, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Virgo, October 16th to the 31st, 2021 Virgo, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. At our root, we have the sun, which is absolutely beautiful, and the wheel of fortune. Things are starting to change towards the bright side, towards a sense of power and prosperity coming within us. We have the 10 of air. Inwardly, we've been through the ringer. I mean, we just have. It's like enough is really quite enough. And then we have the ace of earth. Pentacles, energy, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance, a gift from God's source spirit, however we see the divine or the universe. Now, this is a gift just for us because we are represented by the Pentacles. We have ourselves coming through as the Queen of Pentacles at our heart. We're definitely taking this gift and we're starting a new adventure. We're moving forward in a different way. We're looking at things in a way that maybe we never thought we'd see things like this before. We then have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. So another gift coming in. We're going to be rather emotional when it comes to the public arena. We're going to think of things and we're going to react to things rather emotionally. So do be mindful of that because we're not going to want to let our emotions rule everything for us, especially in the public arena. We're also going to be very smart, very on point with things. This is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we have air sign energy within our natal chart, that part of our personality is going to be coming to the forefront during this public arena time, during this time for us. There is going to be also a sense here of we really just want to see the facts. We don't want to see everybody's, opinions or nonsense. We're going to think of it as nonsense. It might not be actually. We might have to kind of like step back from our preconceived notions and say, okay, why is this being presented to me? Why did spirit have me move this way or see this thing or talk to this person? And we're going to have to kind of get out of our logic bubble for a minute. That's going to be really important to us during this time. Now let's look at the energy we have to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. We have the Princess of Pentacles. Now, this can be a warning for us just because we are earth sign energy, not to act like a princess. I know nobody likes to hear that, but there is going to be this sense here of not getting too big for our britches. And that's going to be something that's very important. Now, it might not be us. We could be dealing with a person or working with a person or love a person who just like their ego is just taking over and they're going to see themselves being able to move in a way, in a direction that we're going to look at and be like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? So just be mindful of this. We're also going to really be drawn to the dreamers. We're going to be drawn to the people who go to the beat of their own drum. And yes, those people can be extraordinary, but we're also going to find that there are people who have delusions during this time. So just be mindful of that. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. We have the third eye chakra and the throat chakra. So we have psychic development. So our own intuition, our own instincts, those are developing. We have to listen to what we're seeing and not ignore that little voice inside of us. And then we have the truth. We have to be balanced with the truth, embracing what we speak as our truth. This is going to be a time where people will call us out for hypocrisy. People will call us out for inconsistencies. And if we stick to our truth, even if it's not what people want to hear, we're not here to cater to everybody else. But even if it's not what people want to hear, if we stick to our truth, if we stick to what we want from life, to our development, to our instincts, to our understanding, that's going to be the game changer here. And people will respect it. They might not like it. They might not, agree with it. They might argue with us up and down the Mississippi. Absolutely. But there is going to be the sense of, well, I know where you stand. I know where you stand. I know what you stand for, or I understand a bit where you're coming from. And that's going to be part of the psychic development with the third eye. It's like I open myself up to myself, to my power, to my instinct. So when it comes to money and career, there's going to be this gift of being able to trust ourselves, or of needing to trust ourselves. This isn't going to be going into the fanciful. This isn't going to be, taking unnecessary risks that can put us in financial jeopardy. What this is saying, do I trust me? Am I showing up for me? Do I understand me? And if the answers are yes, if it's like, I have to take this risk on myself, even if we're working, and we decide, I have to try to start this business. I have to try to see if I can, and then begin. And then just begin, even if it has us juggling, many different things at one time. This is going to be the time where we say, I have to try. And we might be exhausted. We might be overwhelmed at times, but we have to try. We have to try for ourselves. We have to try for our passion and for our development and for what it is that we want from life. There's a new season coming in that's going to be very powerful for us. It's going to be different than what we had expected. We're also going to feel during this time like we're on a roller coaster ride. Now, this roller coaster ride doesn't have to be fun at all. It can be a little bit terrifying. But with the Wheel of Fortune, with this sense of I'm entering into a new season, I'm seeing myself in a different light, in a different way, we're going to say, why not? Why not try? Why not see? Why not push? Why not expand? Why not become? And as we do this, and as we enter into this different season of ourselves, this different way of embracing what we want and what we're looking for and who we are, saying, I'm done with the old patterns. I'm done with the pattern of being frightened. I'm done with the pattern of being overwhelmed. I'm done with the pattern of no self-esteem and, self-doubt always following me. Now it's time for me to turn my face towards the sun and let the sun shine on me. Let blessings and prosperity and bounty come into my life. There is this sense here of letting myself be radiant. And so often we think that the only people who can be radiant are the extraordinary. But sometimes the ordinary are extraordinary. And actually, more often than not, the ordinaries are extraordinaries. The people who can wake up every single day and keep things running, who, can care for others, who can stay true, who can, be there, show up. Those are the extraordinary people, not the people with 500,000 people shouting their names and having everything thrown at them. Those are the ones that we think are extraordinary, but they're not. If the world didn't have the quote-unquote ordinary people, it wouldn't function. It wouldn't work. Here, we let the sun shine within us, knowing that we don't have to be on the red carpet, knowing that we don't have to be megastars, that we have to embrace why we're here. And we can say, I don't know why I'm here. But if we wake up each day and we move towards our purpose, towards the purpose being, I'm going to have a happy day. This is going to be a day where I'm not bogged down by anger and doubt and fear and chaos. This is going to be a day where I let myself smile, where I think of things and actively go out of my way mentally to have a smile on my face, to have peace guiding my heart, to have passion moving me forward. And this is where it leads us, because people are going to take us by eyes during this time. They're going to say, why do you get to be blessed? Why is there this radiance within you that I can see, but I don't quite understand why you have it and I don't? They're also going to see this fact that we've been through things. It hasn't been an easy road. But people are going to say, oh, well, it's just been easier for you than it is for me. That's what everybody loves to say when people have gotten themselves on their path and others haven't. There's no guarantee that one path has been easier than another. They've been different. And here with the Ten of Swords, we've come to a conclusion mentally. When we look at ourselves, when we look at what we want, what we need, who we are, we have the repeat of the number 10. We've come to the conclusion of a cycle, which brings us to financial prosperity and brings us to emotional prosperity. The financial prosperity is going to be a little bit longer in coming. And I know nobody wants to hear that. Everybody wants to win the lottery tomorrow and just have the mega millions flowing in. But there is going to be the sense here of, I'm seeing the seeds that I need to plant. I'm seeing the way that I need to move forward. I'm seeing that I'm worth more than the endless malarkey I've been given time and time again. And now I'm moving forward in me, for me, and what I desire, what I need, what I want, who I am. And this is a time to be a little bit selfish, not to let the ego take over and make it just like an ego trip, but to be a bit selfish and say, I matter. I'm here for a reason, and it's not to sacrifice myself for everybody else, but it's to open my heart to what I love, to what I need, and to the intensity and the beauty of myself. It leads us to the Ace of Earth. It leads us to prosperity and success and bounty and intrigue and understanding. It leads us to looking at the gifts that we have, and instead of saying, well, everybody can do this, it's like, no, these are my gifts. This is my power, my intention, my prosperity, my bounty. This is important for me. And it doesn't matter our day job. It just doesn't. So many times we sit there and we think this is what defines me. No, we define ourselves by the way we interact with the world. We define ourselves with the passion and the beauty that we step forward in. And we get to embrace ourselves because of this. And this is going to be a time where we're starting to look at wealth a bit differently, when we're starting to look at what we bring to the table a bit differently. And we're starting to look at there being more here than meets the eye. And so as we're starting to see this, but also as we're starting to see that a lot of the pain, a lot of the crap, excuse my language, but a lot of the crap that we have been through, a lot of the things that have tested us, that have tried us, that have left us crying late at night thinking, I can't move forward the way that I need to. I can't be what I expect me to be or what others expected me to be, or, the years are passing by and it's just not happening. There's something here within the pain. That's where this beauty lies. There's something here where it's like, now I have a different insight. Now I have a different understanding. Now I have a different way of seeing it, that if the road was always smooth, I would never have had to develop these skills. I would never have had to push the envelope. I would never have had to discover me. And this leads us to the Queen of Pentacles. This leads us to embracing our prosperity, our success, our bounty. Emotionally, we are on point, okay? We are looking at ourselves more honestly than before. We are looking at what we desire. We're looking at what we need from life, what we want from life, where we want to be. And then the Fool is telling us it's time to take that leap of faith for ourselves. It's time to do the thing that we've always wanted to do, whether it be horseback riding lessons, whether it be taking an art class, whether it be going on walks every single day and just connecting with nature, whatever it is. We're going to say, why not? Why not let my heart connect this way? Why not invest a bit in me to move me forward, to embrace my prosperity, to embrace my abundance? And there's going to be this switch that kind of turns within our mind. And it's like, yes, we're talking about wealth. We're talking about money. We're talking about career. We're talking about our way forward. But we're talking about nurturing our souls and ourselves. We're talking about showing up for the one person who we will know till the end of our days, and that's ourselves. And it leads us to the Ace of Cups. It leads us to an emotional understanding. It leads us to washing away doubts and fears and negativities. A lot of the insecurities that we have are going to be brought to the surface. And as they're brought to the surface, we're going to be seeing that we're entering into a new season. They're not defining us the way that they once did. They're not holding us back the way that they once did. They're not going to be almost seems like that weight upon our chest, the thing that's crushing us. Now we're going to start to say, why did that define me? Why did that make me think I was this way or that way? Why can't I be who I need to be, who I want to be, what I desire, what I love within my life? And now it brings us to this place where the heart and the mind come together, as the heart is emptying itself of regrets and hurts and, being more open, being more caring, being more nurturing to itself. Our mind is saying, I'm going after what I want. I'm embracing my words. I'm seeing that I might do things differently. It doesn't mean I do it wrong. We are cutting through doubts and fears and negativities, hurts and pains and disappointments, and we're claiming our space. We're claiming our desire, our insight, and where it is that we want to be within our life for ourselves. We are showing up for ourselves. We have this beautiful sacred feminine energy here. We have this energy that says, with the fool within the tarot, that, I am not going to pretend to be or make myself be something for somebody else. I'm following the passion that I have within me. We are the warrior queen, and we are the person who plants the seeds, who lays down the foundation, and who starts to see the interconnectedness of things. And that's important. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Lord. Now, this is Aries energy, but this is also telling us that we may very well have a bit of a problem with authority figures. We don't want to be told what to do during this time. We want to push the envelope. We want to see where we stand for ourselves, what we desire. We can also be a bit authoritarian during this time. We'll be the same authority that we'll find ourselves rebelling against. So do be mindful of that. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, and that is balance. This is the root chakra, and the root chakra here is saying be balanced. Balance of heart, balance of mind, balance of the sacred feminine within us, balance of the sacred masculine within us, showing up for ourselves, knowing that we can't be all work and no play, knowing that we can't be all play and no work. There's going to be this balance that is here. There's going to be this sense of finding harmony within us. It moves us then to our subconscious rooted message, which is the Lovers. Now, this is Gemini energy. This is also a sense of, what do I love? Not who do I love, not what am I supposed to love, but what do I love on this earth? What is it that I want to move forward with? What is it that I'm passionate about? What is it that I desire? We're starting to connect with our hearts, and not with what we think we're supposed to connect with to look good at that moment. So that's going to be really important for us. It moves us to our subconscious inner self, and that's the 6 of air. We're gathering up what we need. We're protecting what is most valuable to us. And we're going to see that we start to head down a different path because of this, because we're looking at things honestly, because we're seeing things more personally, more powerfully for ourselves. And we're saying, why can't I move this way? Why can't I protect what I love? Why can't I, stand with what I desire? And it brings us to a beautiful connection with what we're really passionate about on this earth. It then leads us to our subconscious, our subconscious emotional self, and we have the King of Pentacles. So we have a soulmate connection, a true love connection with the King and Queen of Pentacles showing up. We also have this sense of, we're on point during this time. Okay, we show up well, we work well, we're focused, we're insightful, we're determined, we're heading places, we're getting things done, and we're changing the game. We're changing the game for ourselves. We have to listen to our hearts during this time, but again, we have to be mindful not to let our hearts become this emotional, chaotic place that just rules everything. That's why we're told not to be the princess, to be the more mature aspect of the king and the queen, to be the person who has their feet firmly planted on the ground and who is seeing things openly, honestly, testing boundaries, gaining understanding, looking at loyalties and saying, okay, what's right? What decisions and what moves do I make that are in alignment with my values, with what I want for my world, with the way that I'm moving forward in my life? But there's success here. There's success that comes from listening to our hearts. It moves us then to our public arena self, and the subconscious message is the devil. Here we have boundaries. We are breaking boundaries. We're going to see that we're looking at the things that we were addicted to, or the things that, we thought were really important because everybody else said, this is important. This is what you need. This is where you want to focus on, or this is what you want to focus on. This is where you want to be. And now we're going to start to say, well, what do I want to focus on? Where do I want to be for myself? What is it that I desire? And that becomes important. We're looking at all the trappings, all the acquisitions, all the, hunt and kill and acquire energy. And we're saying, that's not for me. That's not for me. And we're starting to find ourselves standing within our own world, within our own desires, seeing ourselves more openly and more honestly than we have before, than we thought we would see ourselves. And now there's almost a sense of coming home. And it comes because we're connecting with that chaotic, nature energy. The fact that nothing is written in stone, nothing has to be a certain way. And we're starting to break free of what we were running away from, the addictions that we had that let us, find that it's like we chased a high. We chased a high. We chased this feeling of euphoria. And now we're starting to see it's by connecting with ourselves. It's by, looking at us with openness and honesty that we start to find that euphoria. We start to find that essence of being. But be mindful, in the public arena, you're going to be tempted with things that seem like a great idea. It seems like, oh, well, that's a no-brainer. Absolutely, absolutely. And now Spirit is saying, don't let yourself be tempted. Don't let yourself fall into these traps set by others, to take away joy. All right, Virgo, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power and prosperity of this time. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Virgo.